CRL World Finals inches ever closer, and so we continue to look at the matchups we have in store for us at the marquee event of 2023. Hello and welcome, I'm richslaton, caster for Clash Royale League, and today we are looking at matches 3 and 4 of our first round. We're looking at this again if you didn't watch the last video because each of our pairs, matches 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8, play essentially a mini bracket where the winners of those two matches play in round 2 upper bracket, and the losers play an elimination match, the first elimination match in the lower bracket. So right now we're going to go ahead and jump right in to our second group, matches 3 and 4, Mugi and Adriel, Ardentoas and Sosa. This is a fascinating one because you have two very close matchups, but very heavily weighted towards one of those two sides. Let's start with Mugi and Adriel. Mugi, of course, one of the all-time greats, a former world champion, one of 3 former world champions here in our 2023 World Finals. Mugi is phenomenal. He's one of the best to ever do it, and maybe would be the best to ever do it if it weren't for a guy named Mohamed Light, who has been, of course, dominant for a long time. Mugi is, I believe, in phenomenal form. I think that he is going to be great in this competition as always, and he is phenomenally scary, exceptionally scary, but he has one of the other, maybe top 5, definitely top 10 in skill on the planet players in Adriel, who has a long history with Clash Royale League, or with Clash Royale overall. I think we can talk about this now. He turned 16 in 2021 and finally played at the end of CRL that year, but that wasn't his first time being a top-tier competitor. He did qualify or go pretty far initially in CCGS back in 2017, but he was only 12 years old, and once that was discovered, he couldn't continue. Well, now he's old enough to play, and he came very close in 21, very close in 22, but here in 23, he's finally at World Finals, and he is absolutely dangerous. He has got phenomenal gameplay. He works really, really hard, and he could go very deep in this competition and probably will go very deep. He has unfortunately drawn one of the 2 most difficult outs here in the first round in Mugi, so I am picking Mugi to go through, but not by a large margin. Adriel will then drop down to match number 10. More on that in just a minute. Let's look at the other side of this mini bracket with match number 4. Ardentoas and Sosa. This is 2 players who both, I think, are going to struggle a lot playing on the bright lights and the big stage. Ardan Toas in particular, he has kind of a rough record. He is 0-14 in matches playing on live stages. He struggled last year at World Finals. He struggled at DreamHack. He does not play well live in front of people, and from what I've been told, he really needs complete silence, complete focus when he plays at home as well, which is probably part of why he struggles on the live stage. He even tweeted recently that he was pretty nervous about coming to play live at World Finals, and I think that's good news for his opponent, Sosa. I think that really for him, making World Finals was the big goal, and he's achieved that. That being said, this is kind of a toss-up as well, but I kind of have to lean Sosa's direction here. He's kind of a wild card, and Ardentoas, we know, really struggles here. I'm going to pick Sosa, but not by a big margin. So this then sends Ardentoas down to our lower bracket, where I think, unfortunately, unless he gets past Sosa, the record of not winning a match on a live stage will continue, where by any measure, Adriel, again, is one of the top players on the planet, and I think that Adriel, even if he does struggle against Mugi, which we don't know until we see it, that he will probably run through whether it's Ardentoas or Sosa and move on to the next round of gameplay, which for him will take him down to match 19, where he will await the loser of the winner's bracket side of Pandora, Wallace, Vitor, and Not Afraid. And we'll talk about that when we get into that group video in a later date. But Adriel will move on. I see Ardentoas getting first rounded here. And if not Ardentoas, then Sosa. Of course, on the other side of things, you have Mugi winning against Adriel. And again, that could be Mugi or Adriel. This is a really, really hard one to pick. Either way, we picked Mugi for this one. Mugi will face Sosa in the upper bracket of round number 2, and I believe that leads to a Sosa loss there. Sosa, again, Sosa or Arden, I think both of these. It's coin flip Mugi Adriel. It's coin flip Sosa Arden. But I do believe that this is where either Sosa or Arden will drop down and end up facing someone who's really talented and be in a challenging position. So then that means Mugi goes on, which gives us one of the best matches we can ask for. I picked Mohamed Light to win his group in the previous video. This would lead us to a Mohamed Light Mugi World Finals 2021 matchup rematch here in this upper semifinals, which of course they met last year here at World Finals, and Mohamed Light came out on top. So this would be another really excellent piece to that rivalry. And I mean, I don't know how to pick there. How do you pick against Mohamed Light? But I don't know how you pick there. Luckily, we don't have to do that pick today. We'll get to hopefully see that happen in real life at World Finals. That's it for this short preview. Hope you enjoyed it. Of course, 2 more previews left to go through matches 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let me know if you think I got it right, if you think I got it wrong. I think this group here is so insanely hard to pick. Mugi and Adriel are a razor-thin choice. Ardan Toas and Sosa are similarly a really tight one. But I do think that this is going to put Mugi and Adriel both fairly far down the line, and they will both probably end up at minimum top 8, if not more likely top 6. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And as always, be excellent to each other and party on, dude.